Ever since seeing Night of the Living Dead, I have been a fan of horror movies. From Dawn of the Dead to Train to Busan to Day of the Dead, and unfortunately that awful, 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 awful Land of the Dead movie. Ladies and gentlemen, The Sadness is possibly one of the sickest, most depraved zombie movies I have ever seen. This movie will make you cringe. This movie is disgusting. This movie is exactly what the title says it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let Me Be Frank, a podcast about movies. I am Frank, and obviously, we are talking The Sadness, which is a Chinese zombie movie. But before we get into saying anything else about the movie, thank you for being here. Click the like button, subscribe. We're going to move on. This movie starts fast, which I like. I like when movies don't take forever to build up to what we know is going to kind of happen. This movie hits you hard, does not stop. And the things that happen in this movie, I would recommend watching it, in isolation, not around kids, because this is not a child-friendly movie. If you are squeamish, easily offended, just go ahead and skip this one. This movie is sick on almost every level. Ladies and gentlemen, this movie, it's shot very well. The mystery of it all is very intriguing. This is another one where they don't tell you how the virus started, where it started. No, actually, at one point they will tell you exactly how it started. There's a lot of just low moments, a lot of low moments in this movie. Thus, the name, The Sadness. There are things that happen in this movie that I cannot describe because I'm just yet a small YouTube channel and I eventually one day would like to grow, and I don't want this to come back to hurt the channel. There's things on here that happen in this movie I just can't say. But the ending of this movie leaves a lot in the air, and if you choose to believe what I believe happened in the end, it lives up to the name. This movie is very sad. This movie will keep you guessing. This movie, you have a hero, but this shit is bleak. This movie was bleak as hell. Oh man, there wasn't a whole lot of bright spots. There wasn't a. So imagine the anger virus from 28 Days Later mixed with the relentlessness of Train to Busan, with the depravity of Terrifier, and put those in a snow globe and shake them up and release it on Taiwan. And this is the result. This movie is not for the faint of heart, but I would rate this movie about a 7.5 out of 10. There's a couple of elements I wish were better. I like the fact that they didn't use a whole lot of music because it adds to the realism of this. There's a lot of panic, there's a lot of uncertainty. When governments fall, that adds a whole nother layer of there is no help coming that can really drive home a sad narrative. And this movie delivers on all of that. The violence is going to be very over the top. Especially, there's a train scene. Okay? There is a train scene that is possibly, I think, Terrifier and Quentin Tarantino are the only people who have done more violent scenes than this. This train sequence is, I'm watching it, okay? I'm watching it, and I don't completely believe what I'm watching because this scene is so out of control that it's almost fantastic in a way. I highly recommend this movie. Have you seen The Sadness? If you have, drop a comment below. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time. Stay up, y'all.